discussions for the slides that I shared to you last time, and also the short discussions for these several topics. Okay, so on last topics, we are talking about measures of central density and measure of dispersons. Okay, MCT and MD. Okay, so MCT usually will be mean, median, mode. Okay, I going too fast because I told you all before this is discussions. Okay, so mean, median, and mode. Mean is the average of the numbers samples divided by the populations. Okay, I think that is not difficult. Median actually is the median point, the middle point between the data. So you need to sequence the data from smallest to the highest, then you will get middle value. Okay, mode is the highest occurrence in the data. Okay, so after that you will learn about measures of deviations, range, variance, standard deviation in the quarter range, and coefficients of variation. Range is maximum minus minimum. Variance is the differences of your data. Okay, sorry. Range in the quarter range will be 95% minus 25%. So will be Q3 minus Q1. Okay, you will see the example here. Okay, so after that you learn about variance. Variance is amount of deviations about the mean of each data. So for variance, we are calculate that based on the variance, based on the differences of data according the mean. If let's say for example, my data for BMI, my mean average is 25, then the lowest is 18, another one is 40, mean that I have very large variance, differences of the data. If you have large of the variance, surely you will have large of the standard deviation because it's square root of the variance. Okay, so the smaller the standard deviation will closer to the mean. So we hope that actually we not say we hope that so sometimes your data will be very small differences within each other. Like for example, in beginning, actually we are planning, like if let's say we are measuring the physical activity for among the daily set among the community, it might be the big difference of the data. So will be some of people they work 500 steps, some people they work 10,000 steps or 15,000 steps per day. This is called variance. According to an average, the community might be working about 7,000 steps, okay, per day. Usually for the Ministry of Healthcare workers, we are thinking that your healthcare workers, the daily steps should be on the small variance, which is maybe 10,000 steps for everyone. The smallest one will be 6,000, the biggest one may be 12,000. This causes differences. Okay, so in certain of the data, you will see that you have small variance, but some of the data you have big variance. Okay, it's acceptable. I just let you know it's acceptable. It depends on the populations that you involve. Okay, so variance, standard deviations, coefficient of variance. Okay, you want to compare what is the differences of BMI and versus of differences of weight. Because weight is using kg, BMI is kg divided by the height square because of different unit. Like for example, I tell you the differences, the variance for BMI is 6, let's say 6. The weight for the variance for the weight is 5. I cannot say weight has smaller variance compared with BMI because it's because of the unit issue, right? So sometimes when you measure in kg and you measure in gram, your variance will be turned to big difference. If let's say I measure in kg, maybe my result will be 1 kg differences, variance. If let's say I measure in the gram, then my result will be 1,000 gram differences. So we cannot measure, we cannot comparisons, okay, the variables by just only using the variance. We can use other unit, we call that coefficients of variations. Okay, this is the way to compare two sets of the data in the two different units. So this is called coefficients of variance, variations. You can have a look. Okay, proportions, percentile, decile, quartile, tertile, quintile. This is just the name lah. Okay, you can ignore it. Okay, so this is what you learn in the important part is here. Okay, for the statistic, as what I say, when you report the descriptive of the data, you have to report correctly. So for the qualitative data, qualitative data, categorical data, we will report frequency and percentage. For numerical and quantitative data, we will present as if normal, we will report mean and standard deviation. Not normal, we will present median and IQR. If comparison of two data, coefficients of range, okay, or coefficient of variations. So you need to check for the normality of the data. This is for the first topic. Okay, now we start for quiz. Okay. No marks, carry, don't worry.
Tak ada ilmu. First ni tak ada ilmu. Ya, betul. ChatGPT sudah ada.
Okay, I will call the names. I call it the name list. I usually will take my lucky numbers.
Aku ni 80.
Today is 30, so we pick 30. Ditya. Okay, 214087. Yeah. Okay. First questions. Okay, you have to answer within 20 seconds. A, B, C, D. Okay.
Không có.
There is.
Game. Kita tak payah. Kenapa? Kita jumpa online. Oh, Eka.
Answer A, B, C, D. Okay, sorry, actually. You tell me the colors. Okay, next one. 30, then we go for 60 lah.
Mengletak.
Where is it? 214580. Okay. True or false? Mean is median value of the given data. Right.
ชีน
215046. Which value is not statistic value for it? What color is it?
Usually kan statistic value dispersion.
Orange.
Hijau. I think hijau.
Hey, don't trust others, okay?
Median yang MCT tadi.
Okay, 215098.
Aku cakap median tadi.
Larissa. Okay.
Saya betul. Clarissa.
True or false?
Tapi tu Clarissa. What is the value? True. Senang Dia tu kerja.
Okay, Muhammad Afid.
Dah agak.
True or false?
Kasi the square of variance. Standard deviation is
True.
true. False.
Answer is false, it's square root.
Kejap. Aku jawab semua. Okay. Yes. Yeah. False.
Answer is false, it's maximum minus minimum. Okay, last one. Who's correct? 2175695 now. Okay.
Yes, tu kan betul rasa betul. No comment. True. No comment. Tak kata apa-apa sebenarnya. Buat apa nak sedih? Basically dia kata section of education compare 2 unit baru tahu selagi dia benda maths lah first quarter is 25 plus 75 senang kau ni standard deviation kan ni ni standard deviation okay. Square root kan ni
Sebab aku ingat ANT tau.
apa ni red cepat blue anxious sangat.
Nama aku dah panggil.
Okay, one here, two here test. Summarize very simple. One here is mean that your data has a distribution. Two tiers mean that I'm not sure what is my data directions. I need SPSS, I need statistical test to help me to calculate it. Okay, for example, if let's say you want to investigate the differences between BMI between female and male, you don't know male have better BMI or male have better BMI. We don't know. So we ask the statistics value, statistical test to calculate both sides. Please do for both. One is female whether better than male or male better than female. This is called two-sided test. One-sided test is mean that your data surely have one directions. Okay? Generally, we don't have a lot of the data have one directions, except for the survival risk. survival probability. When you survive, when you be the baby, you consider 1. But your probability of survive is decreasing. It won't be suddenly turn to increase. This called one directions or mortality rate. Like probability, you be the baby, you will be 0 mortality risk. When every day you grow up, actually you have higher mortality probability.
Oh.
However, it won't be suddenly you go down. It won't be. Okay? So this kind of the data, you will use one-tier test. Okay? To tell people SPSS, to tell statistical test that I just need you to measure one-sided because I know it will be decreasing or it will increasing. Okay, in general, your research project, usually you won't use the one-tier test. You will use the two-tier test because you will test for the factors, but you don't know which factors, which directions is the correct one. Like for example, people keep saying that obese people less likely to do the physical activity, but this is not statement. This is just the knowledge. It might be changed if let's say your result in a different way. So sometimes some of the research they will say obese people might have higher physical activity than not obese people. The direction will be keep changing because of your population. So by this kind of the data, you cannot use one-tier test. So in most of your research project, you will use two-tier test. Okay, this is summary of this. Okay, this part very simple. Okay, this part, sampling of the distribution. This part a little bit difficult. Okay, concept of sampling. Sampling distributions, I recall, we have sampling error. Okay, error occur because of we are using the samples of the populations. Okay, population characteristic we call that parameter. The characteristic for the sample we call it statistic. Because we're not able to collect the whole populations. For each research, we will collect the data from the samples. So that's why we have the sampling error because of the differences of the real result versus with your result. It cannot 100% delete, you can reduce it. This is called sampling distribution and sampling procedure. This person, okay, we say that how many samples to be sampling, how many sample size to be sampling. We call that, we have one theory, we call that central limit theorem. Okay, this is the statistic words. If you're not sure, then we see on the graph. Okay, this page telling if you have so many populations, every time I just record 5%. I do it many times. Okay, for each 5%, I will do sample mean. Each time I record 5, I do sample mean, sample mean, sample mean. For the means that I have, when you combine all together, if let's say you repeat the how many times, your sample mean will be fall on normal distributions. So it's telling you, if let's say you repeat the trial, repeat the research many times, we will more to reality. Okay, this is central limit theorem. Central limit theorem got another school of thought is saying, when you repeat 30 times, the 30 times mean that all the result for 30 times, you combine all together, you will know what is the reality of what is the actual result of your population. But the thing is, you're not able to do 30 times for the same research. What I mean that 30 times is mean that you repeat the same research, mean that same population, same research method, same question F, and so on for 30 times. But this is the concept of central limit theorem. She said that if let's say you repeat 30 times, you combine all the results together, you will have, your result will fall normal distribution. And you will know that in the real world, what is this stand for? Okay, this is called random central limit theorem. confidence interval, which is 95% of the belief. Okay, we are estimate the inferential process and estimate population parameter. This is inferential statistic. We are saying that 95% mean that if let's say I say that the mean of the BMI fall in the 95% CI 22 to 25 is telling you I have 25% of confidence the population mean fall within the range that I said. Mean that I got 5% error. Okay, mean that I got 5% error. So in the study, usually we will report 95%. Why? One of the reasons is we don't know the population's mean. We don't know the population result. Because we are samples, right? We collect the data as samples. But we predict the population's result. I don't think that you can predict correctly. If I cannot say 25, then the real population result will be 25. I can give the range. So if let's say we say 99% is telling you that I have 99% the mean fall within the range that I say. Okay, 90% etc. Okay, so in general, in most of the research, we accept you to report 5% error. Okay, we agree that 5% error is acceptable. Don't think about 99% is the best. Don't think that 99% is the best. Because of 99%, if let's say you have 99%, you are telling people that your result is less precise. If let's say I tell you, okay, I see that okay, my population mean is 95% confidence interval, so that it's telling you 25, 29. Okay, mean that 5% might be population mean not fall within 25 to 29. If let's say I tell you 99%, actually my population means will be fall within 20 to 32. What is the worst for the 99%? Did you see the differences? What is the bad for the 99%? Actually, it's less accurate. You see? The bigger range, right? So the population mean, if let's say you see this one, the population mean possible result is 26, 27, 28. Possible, let's say we see round number. But this one, it will be 21, blah, 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 until 31. So, if let's say you're telling people your result is 1% error, you will give bigger range. Actually, it's not good. We want you to tell me the accurate answer. But unfortunately, I cannot tell you one digit number. I can tell you a range. So 95% is the best, usually. When you have 90%, 90% is better. You accept 10% error, mean that your estimations might be wrong. Because you just give a very short range of the data. So your population mean might not fall in that. So you are telling people 10% error. This is quite risk. You give very small range of the estimation. People will start to think, are you sure you are telling I need to accept the 10% error? Okay, why you want to let me accept the 10% error? So you see, 99% seems like very big range. Big range, not precise. This one is too narrow range. However, the researcher need to accept 10% of the error. Because of this, we are feel that okay lah, we take model lah. We take tengah-tengah answer is yes. You are allowed to do 96, 98, 99, 92, 93. It's up to you. However, your result hardly to compare to the previous study. Because all standard, all the while we are thinking, oh, it's 95%. How come that you can give me 99% and 92%? Then how I need to compare the result? So actually, you can do it, but you hardly to compare the result. That's why I'm here now. Everyone say you do 5%. Okay, like for example, I just give you an example. Still remember when COVID started, so we are dealing with the virus and so on, estimation of the virus, whether infections or not. You guess, they use 90%, 95 or 99%. The first when start on the COVID pandemic, okay, we have the very low sample size, only several people get COVID, and then we want to test over the virus and so on. You want to know about the accuracy and so on. So we need to report the result. We will report 95%, 99 or 90%. If let's say you are a researcher, okay, since so quiet, I ask people. Okay. 214679 ratio low E. Which value you will pick? Think about that. If let's say you are medical doctors in future, you will tell your patients what is the answer: 99, 90, or 95.
95.
95.
95.
95. Okay, answer is okay 66 214652.
25 to 9 tu apa? 25 to 9 tu apa?
95. The mirip population mean dia 25 to 29. So
Oh,
they
what?
do 26, 27, 28.
Oh.
The other rate dia je.
Sorry? Okay, yes, you are right. It should be 99%. Complete with you. Okay, because of sample size issue, we don't have confidence to tell people that our result is accurate. So we give the very big range, 99%. When you give big range, we are telling people that, sorry, I don't have a sample size, enough sample size. However, the audience need to know the result. So I won't use 95%, I will use 99%. When you report 90%, usually what happens is you have very big data. I don't mind, based on my big data, I tell you what is the accuracy of the result. Okay, so that is the balik. People will feel that 99% is better. No, for confidence level is the balik. Okay, bear in mind, this 99%, 95%, 98% is not same as the like COVID test. They say 99 accuracies, everything. Totally different. This is statistic one. Okay, that one you will learn in other class. Okay, so this is what you learn about confidence interval. We will report the confidence interval for categorical data, for estimations of mean, continuous data, and so on. So this is what you learn, exercise. Wider, this is the result. Wider range, actually less accuracy, less or low precision. Narrow confidence, actually is not good also. Okay, so factor affecting the CI, level of confidence, sample size, deviations. Okay, so this is the one that I summarized. Okay, now start for quiz. I got one. Sorry, I that the name list for the first few person, they have a star on the number matrix. Is that they are in this class?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I still can call their name. Okay, number 1, Adam. 212663. Adam, raise the hand. No, wrong. Okay, number 2209878. Daniel Sir. Oh, okay.
Finance.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait,
Nanti-
wait.
oh, okay.
Let's see first.
Kenapa?
Macam review.
Dengar lagu dia santai.
Macam ni. Panik is waiting for the dust of him.
Start. Okay. Yang pertama false.
We use tail test because it's convenient.
True or false?
Dia tak convenient. Dia menyusahkan.
Lagipun
The answer is false. Bear in mind, in the study, in the research, we
This
cannot
is
say convenience. I know
Susah.
you do study based on convenience, but you cannot tell the judges, examiners, that because of convenience, so I select this. Like for example, some study, you already know who is your supervisor?
no. Oh,
Okay. Okay. When you will know that?
we don't know.
We also don't know.
Preparing the
Yeah.
proposal on yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. It affects my assessment. Okay, the above nanti discuss. Okay. Okay. So we will usually sometimes your research will be conducted in the hospital or in our faculty. Why? Because senang you all right? However, you cannot tell the researcher, tell the examiner, because I'm from this faculty, that's why I work from here, that's why I collect data from here. No, you cannot because of convenience issue. You have to think about the reason why you want to conduct in here. Everything comes with the reasons, okay? Bear in mind, Okay, next one. Okay. Okay, 210172. Rabiato. Okay. True or false?
False.
I know. That's second left, Answer is true, Okay.
Kenapa kau jawab?
Yeah, this is 95% mean that 95 confidence to say that in the population will lie between
Kita punya min kat
2.0
tengah lah. Antara.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, 23. 213946 up to Khalid. 213946. Ada tak? Oh, okay. So lah, ya. 214084. Ria Haris Shana. Ada. 214084. Okay, lagi satu. Okay, 214175 Loshini Raja. Okay. Okay. True or false, Okay, answer is false, no. We cannot use one tier for any study. Two tier, yes. Okay, so next one. Hey, sorry, I didn't call the name yet. Tapala. True or false?
Sample distribution media process.
True or false? mean, not talking about median. Okay, so the answer is mean. Okay, 47, 214404, no aliyah. 214404, no aliyah Fahani. Okay. Okay, true or false, huh? Okay, answer is false, huh? Wait, answer is false, huh? It's totally different things, huh? Okay, 214542, Nurul Christina. Okay, okay. True or false?
True.
Answer is true, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so 67, okay, 214663, Sanjana. Okay.
Ingatkan Oka by chance tu.
Siang tu apa? Siang tu apa?
Population.
Oh.
Answer is false, huh? It's population mean, not sample mean. We are interested with, we generalize our result to the population, so will be population mean. Okay.
Aku boleh jadi researcher. Mainlah join.
215510, Liana. Oh, okay.
I think four. Four.
False. Answer is false, it cannot able to eliminate, Okay. Muhammad Shakir, 215908.
Afi, can you help me?
Okay.
Take that one. Just give me
Answer is true, Okay, last question. Last question, okay. Muhammad Huzaifa, 217530. Okay. That's true or false?
Confident is about the range value. True. False. Confidence.
Because we
Because?
are collecting the sample
Kan dia yang
data
green.
to predict the population mean, right? So if let's say samples data range is maximum minus minimum, it's impossible you can predict the population mean outside of your range. It will be middle on your range. So answer is false. Okay? Answer is true. Sorry, answer is true. Okay? Now we proceed. Last part. Okay, today class. Okay. Okay, today actually, the thing is funny is you belum dapat supervisors. I have to explain to you how to write a proposal. Usually you will get the supervisors before my class, so that's why you more understand what you plan to do. So that's why I feel, oh, how come this time? Okay, short conclusion, proposal writing, Okay, so learning outcome for today, for these whole topics from the first class until my class, actually, we are talking about short proposal, short conclusions, and until now, okay, this course actually we teach about medical statistics, data collection technique, sampling technique, and types of data. Theory, terminology, descriptive statistics. So for this semester, we are prepare you go for proposal writing. Not until this is complete, proposal writing. Dissertation is on next semester. So for the proposal writing, you will have 3 chapters. Every research proposal, you have 3 chapters. One is introduction, second is literature review, third is methodology. So all what we teach at this moment is about the methodology part. Okay? So example, this is example, association between socio-demographic factor with the stress among students during COVID-19. This is the examples of the objective. Basically, you will have few objectives. Why you have few objectives rather than one objective? Because it's leading you to write the proper statistical test. It's leading you to write the proper result. It's leading you to write the proper chapter 5. This is the reasons that why you have so many objectives. Okay? So you will see that for this part, to investigate the prevalence of stress, and then to investigate the association, to investigate the factor associated. Okay, so you need to write the objective, hypothesis, and statistical method. You learn about hypothesis, right? Okay, so I just repeat something to you that, okay, this part, okay, generally this is your research objective. So the first part, I hope you all remember, type of statistics. Okay, type of statistic actually is
Kita.
okay, type of statistic actually is divided by descriptive and the inferential. Okay, and inferential statistic. Inferential statistic. Okay, descriptive statistic actually you just summarize the data. You tell people how many percent of my data is female, how many percent of my data is male. You summarize it based on the statistic value that you rate. Okay, I repeat, normal data, report mean, standard deviations. Unless you are using the lab experimental study, so you are report mean and standard error of mean. Not normal data, we are saying that do not follow the bell shape, you will report median IQR. Okay? Categorical data, you will report percentage and frequency. Hey, this all you need to write down in your chapter 3, because you need to tell the audience what kind of value you want to report in your future dissertations. Okay? So this is called descriptive. Inferential statistic is mean that I want to generalize my result to the populations, or I want to compare these direction associations. I want to know what is that, for example, is that female have significantly better BMI than male. Okay, I have certain of the question would like to explain. So we are using inferential statistics. Okay, in one research one proposal, basically you will have descriptive and inferential statistics. Okay, if let's say your study is inferential statistics, you need to write the hypothesis. Okay, you need to write the hypothesis. I repeat. Okay, this one all in chapter 1. This is chapter 1. Okay, so to you, the first objective to investigate the prevalence of stress. You think that descriptive or inferential statistic? Descriptive or inferential? Okay, everyone is so quiet. Okay, 21447. No, my Shara. Descriptive or inferential for objective 1? Just report the prevalence of stress. How many percent of the students are stressed? Why? I repeat, descriptive is summarize of your data. For first objective, you just summarize your data, right? You are not telling anything. You are not interested on anything. So this is called descriptive. Okay? Okay, for second one, to investigate the association between gender with stress, association years of study with stress, association household income with stress. When we say association, association here for research practice, association actually we are like association between stress and gender. We are asking you whether female have better have higher percentage of stress than male. We are interested to know this kind of the question. So we use association system. Okay? Sometimes your researcher, your boss means that your supervisors are your boss. We are interested to ask you to say relationship between stress and gender, but it's up to your school of thought. So I prefer associations. Okay, so for this kind of the question, we are consider this is inferential statistic because we are asking what is a relationship, what is the association with IB and DV. Okay, so this is inferential statistic. This one is optional. Sometimes your research doesn't have this objective, so I skip this part. Okay, so if let's say, remember I just let you know, if let's say this is this part, which objective meet the hypothesis? We are very simple one, the writing. For hypothesis part, actually all in chapter 1 for hypothesis 1, okay, I repeat again hypothesis you divided by 2. One is now hypothesis, one is alternative hypothesis. This is what you learn. Okay? The two is two differences is now is stated there is no differences. Okay? Between female and male. There is no differences of prevalence of stress. Okay? Alternative is there is differences. The balik saja. Okay, if let's say people ask you what is a non-hypothesis, no, always is no. Like for example, there is no differences between year 1 and year 2 student. Okay, so for the alternative hypothesis, it will be there is differences. Itu saja. Okay. For your chapter 1, you need to write down the hypothesis. So only write down for your inferential statistic. Okay, bear in mind, only write down for your inferential statistic. Okay, so like this question, we don't have descriptive, so that's why you have to very confirm which objective is inferential, which objective is descriptive. For this part, no need to write hypothesis. For this one, yes, because that is right. So your hypothesis is very simple. Like for example, this part, when you write hypothesis, for the research, we usually write alternative. We not write null hypothesis. Okay? Because we are not interested to look for there is no differences. We are interested to look for there is a differences. Right? So your pattern is very simple. You will say there are association. Itu saja. Not difficult, right? Okay, hypothesis part. Okay, this is all we need to learn. Okay, remember, you see my writing. We are saying prevalence. When you see you use this word, you are telling people your dependent variable, mean that your dependent variable is categorical variable, categorical data. Okay? If let's say you have categorical data, you just have prevalence of stress. Prevalence is percentage of stress. Because you have no stress, you have stress. So that's why you want to know that how many percent of the people have stress. Okay, if let's say I change, you see, if let's say I change to this part, where is it? Where is it? Okay, if let's say I change to this writing, this is the writing. Okay, I change another one. If let's say I change to stress score, this is the stress score. Okay, you are telling people this continuous data. Okay, bear in mind this is very important of using the correct term. Okay, not every study you will use prevalence. If let's say your data is continuous data, you have to use score levels, depend your boss. Okay, but when you use prevalence percentage, it's telling people, okay, my DV, my dependent variable now is quality categorical data. Okay, so this part very important. Okay, so remember, okay, this one finish. Now we go to chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3. Chapter 1, you will need to write a hypothesis which is related with what we teach. So bear in mind, hypothesis, you just need to mention the inferential statistic as a hypothesis. The rest you don't need to mention. Okay, for chapter 3, for statistical software, mentions your versions of the software to 29. We will offer you 29 versions, 29 software next year. I'm not sure whether you will get a license or not, because last time during COVID pandemic, we forced to do the class online, so every student have a license. But now it's turned to physical. We're not sure you will have the license or not. If not, you will do it in the computer lab. Okay? So the version is 29. So you need to mention the descriptive analysis. And you also have to mention categorical data you will report as percentage and frequency. If data not normal, you will report median IQR. This one you have to report. If normal, you have to, if not in normal, you have to report in mean and standard deviations. Okay, this is standard one. Okay, how to ensure, how to check your data is normal or not normal is based on the normality test. Okay, at this moment, we still not teach you normality test, but you can Google search any normality test. You just need to report one normality test in your proposal. Okay, alpha value is set as 0.05. We are telling people our result has 5% error. Okay, so that we have confidence level, confidence to say that maybe like for example, I have confidence to say that female has significantly better BMI than male, but my result is 5% error. Okay, so this alpha value is important. We are telling people if let's say less than 5% we say that significant result, more than 5% we say no significant result. Okay, you have to mention this in your proposal. Okay, the difficult part is you need to mention inferential statistics. Be careful on the term you use: association, differences, relationship, and correlation. Okay, if let's say you use association whole proposal, please do use association. Don't use other terms. Okay, like factors, variables, predictors, covariates has used one term throughout your proposal writing, or else it will be messy. In future, not in future, actually start from yesterday. You all, 3 of you, were doing one proposal only, right? You might be asked your friends to do chapter 1, chapter 2, and then another one do for chapter 2, another one to do for chapter 3. So you will have the very different writing for 3 chapters. It will come out a messy writing proposal to your examiners. If let's say you don't screen it
Cuma ni lah beli.
whether you all use the correct terms, consistent terms or not. So remember, because of the 3 of you in one group. So in future when do the proposal writing, someone has to do the summarize, do the checking to whole proposal to ensure you are using the consistent term throughout your proposal, or it will be messy and then you will get scolded during the proposal presentations. Okay, we experience it quite a lot. Okay, so vendor mentions parameter test and non-parametric test. Okay, what is meaning parametric test and non-parametric test? This one you will learn it on next semester, all the tests. However, I need to teach you the concept first, because you are going to write down what is the test that you are going to use for your research. Okay, remember dependent variable is your outcome. If your data is numerical, mean that stress score. Okay, for example, this is independent variable. If let's say my data IV independent variable is female, male, 2 category, so will be 2 category. Okay, please write in your chapter 3. If data is normal, you will use t-test. If data is not normal, you will use McWhinney U-test. Found that? Okay, if let's say your data is more than 2 categories. For example, my independent variable is years of study, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, 4 categories. So you go to search 4 categories. You have to say my statistical test I propose is using one-way ANOVA for normal data. If not normal data, I will use Bushell-Wallace test. Okay, this you have to mention couple because you just start to do the proposal. We don't know that which kind of the test you are going to use in future. So you have to write both. Okay, so if let's say your data is continuous data, like for example, durations of exercise per hour. If let's say you have this kind of the data, you will say Pearson correlation will be used if let's say the data is normal. Spearman correlation test will be used if data is not normal. Okay, you need to write down a statistical test name. Okay, if let's say now I settle already. This one is special. This one is special. We call that dependent data. Mean that you are looking for pre-post. Like for example, I want to investigate that before interventions, what is your stress score? After intervention, what is your stress score? Pre-post. Okay, 2 time point. So you collect data from the same respondent 2 times. You will use pair t-test for normal data. For not normal data, you will use Wilkinson-Sirach test. Okay, this one settle. Categorical. If let's say my stress is category yes and no. Okay, my IV is gender, is years of study, regardless as long as it's the categorical, you will use chi-square test or Fisher exact test. This one simple, right? Regarding not more than 2 categories, not more than 3 categories. If let's say stress score, well, how about continuous data? Okay, if let's say you really happen continuous data, you will use logistic regressions. Okay, if let's say regression, if let's say you are stressed, yes and no, then continuous data, continuous IV. Okay, same, this one is dependent, pre and post. You can, at this moment, I don't think you will use it, but we will teach you. Okay, so clear? Okay, now I test you. Okay, listen carefully. Okay. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, my dependent variables let's say my dependent variables, actually I would like to investigate the okay, this morning I got what kind of study? Okay, malnutrition, yeah, malnutrition prevalence among the Tasca children. Okay, this is my objective. Okay, so I want to investigate firstly malnutrition prevalence. I want to investigate association between gender, income level, B40, M40, 320, age of father, continuous data, education level of mother, for example, primary education, secondary and above. Okay, above. Okay, this is my objective. Okay, first question. Association income level versus with the malnutrition prevalence. Okay, what kind of the statistical test you are going to use? Okay, later I will call the name. Okay, 214587 Puteri Amelia. Okay, which statistical test you are going to use? Malnutrition. Your DV is malnutrition. Your IV is income level. Income level is 3 categories. Firstly, think about your dependent variable is category or not. Your malnutrition. Answer is no. You tell me the statistical test name. What is the statistical test you want to use?
Division exact test.
Hey, for proposal, you don't need to tell people my data is category. No need. You are based on the test that you propose whether you are correct or not. Answer is, what is a statistical test? No, here. Can you tell me any name of it? This is the statistical test name. What is the statistical? Hey, bear in mind in your proposal, if let's say you say inferential statistics, we will give you 0. Very simple. Because you learn this, but you not apply. We cannot say inferentials. You cannot say, I will use SPSS, full stop, no such thing. No, we cannot say this. You have to precisely to tell people what is the statistical test you want to use. Okay, I repeat again. Can you please listen carefully? Malnutrition, this is prevalence, right? Prevalence is category or continuous data? Category. So your D actually is category. So you just very simple look for these 2 lines. Okay, your IV, income level, is which one? Categorical or dependent? Categorical, right? I say independent is pre-post. Your study design is not pre-post. I didn't say your study design is pre-post. So you propose chi-square test and Fisher exact test will be used. Itu sahaja. Difficult? No, right? If let's say knowledge score, knowledge nutrition knowledge score. Okay, with knowledge score. Okay, listen carefully, and now is knowledge score. Knowledge score is continuous data or categorical data.
Continuous.
Okay, now we try. Okay, please listen carefully. Okay, 215086, Chua Pei Ki. Anyone raise the hand? Okay, listen carefully. Income level versus with the knowledge score. Okay? Okay. Which statistical test that you would like to propose? Okay? This is numerical, numerical data. Continuous mean numerical.
Income level. Persons. Tapi dia dah buat dah ni.
Okay, what else? You have to propose both. If data is normal, you will use one way ANOVA. If data is not normal, you will use Pushkar-Wallis. Bear in mind, you are not the God. You cannot predict your future. Based on the data, you cannot have data, and my data surely normal, surely not normal. Because of that, you have to propose both tests because you're not sure. Okay? So, okay, one more. Okay, this one, age of fathers, continuous data. Okay, 215368. Harisa.
Age of father.
Harisa. Okay, this one. Age of fathers, continuous data versus knowledge score.
Yes.
Also numeric, continuous data mean that numeric.
Yes.
If normal, you will use the Pearson. Not normal, you will use Spearman. You have to report both. Okay? Not difficult, right? Very simple because it's guide you for the proposal. Okay, I know that you might very blur because you haven't used it. You better know what is this test. Because based on our experience, we teach you theory, you will forget for next semester. Definitely. Okay, so that's why next semester we just teach you theory plus practical. Okay, next one. Okay, this one. Last. So this one versus with knowledge score. Okay, Sharifa Nahira 216872.
Actually, aku lupa.
Okay, this one.
Categorical. Knowledge score. Continuous. So,
Only two category. Sorry? Two category only. Primary and secondary and above, two category. Okay, for normal, not normal data will remain you test. Okay? Bear in mind you have to report all so that in your proposal we expect that you will write the proper statistical test based on your IV. Okay? So this is what you learn. For example, a research would like to conduct the size of tumor versus of duration of staying. So she will say that, okay, she will say that Pearson's is normal data, Spearman correlation test is not normal data. Okay? You need to keep these tables for you. You will use it in your proposal writing. Okay, I remind you, okay, we just touch until here because it will be cukup makan for your proposal writing. you need to, I don't know why this, I delete one pages, I don't know why. Okay, bear in mind now, when doing the proposal, please always deal with your supervisors. Okay? If I know some of the supervisors will ask you to come to see me or see any lecturers that will teach this research method courses. Okay, you cannot come to see us without your permission, supervisor's permission. Firstly, you need to get the permissions from the supervisors, and then secondly, you write a formal letter, email to the expert, and together CC to your supervisor. Introduce yourself, question you would like to use proper language. You can send another soft reminder to expert in case she or he not answer you. Okay, I want to raise this to you all because of every year we have received a very rude email. What I say is rude email is using the Malay is fine, using the short form SY, then tolong is TLG, right? Okay, girl. Whole writing is a messy one. We not really accept this because you are asked for expert to help you. How come you can write this kind of the email? And then one more, one of the another rude email is, I have class on what time? I need you to see me. Who are you all? Usually we will ignore this kind of the email. Okay, third email. I know you want to email to all the experts and see who can help you. Please, please send the individual email one by one, can? Don't be like so silly. Dear all, put someone to help you. Then I tell you, no one will help you. Okay, we receive this kind of emails every year. Please don't do so. And one more thing, don't expect we work at midnight. You all ask to hantar your proposal at last minute. And then some more text will come in. Some more email will come in to say that, hey doctor, can you help me on this? Sorry, we will ignore it. Because we need to rest at night, we wish to rest at the end. Okay? And you don't expect that tomorrow you're going to submit the proposal and today you send the email, surely got people entertain you. I don't think so. Okay, bear in mind, if you need the help, you need the people sometimes. Okay? So this is the last word from me. Okay, proposal writing, I repeat for chapter 1, what you learn from this, from introduction statistic until today, is covered about, for chapter 1 is hypothesis testing. Okay, you need to add the hypothesis there. The chapter 3, you learn about sampling method, everything, and you also learn about statistical part. Okay, we assume that you all learn about that. We assume that you do good in the statistical part. Okay, the rest will be guided by your supervisors, not me anymore. Okay, so actually, next week I plan to do assessment. However, this assessment is based on your research topic. It's group assessment. You all already know which group that you are?
No.
You also cut out the supervisors, right? You also cut out the research topic, right?
No.
So I'm forced to cancel this assessment until you get your supervisors, until you get the group name. Okay, basically for the research, we will put you all 3 in one group. Okay, and we'll give you 1 supervisors, main supervisors. Your supervisors might be added another supervisor for you. So maximum will be 2 supervisors per group. Okay, so for this semester, we are expecting you to complete the proposal, do the presentations, and you have the proposal presentations by January. And then you have to submit to ethics by end of January, if not mistaken. Because on the March, during your sem break, we are expecting you to do the data collections. After data collection, start on semester on April, you will meet me again for the statistical test. We'll teach you how to analyze the data. Okay? Okay, for this assessment, I forced to cancel first. I need to discuss with Prof. Kulon when you can get your supervisor's name and the research topic. Because it's group assessment, it's open book, don't worry. I not set the place for you. Class lab, just decide the venue. Just come to collect the assessment papers from me. Okay, I will inform your class rep when is the assessment time. Okay, I don't think I will inform by this week because Prof. Kulon is not around this week. Maybe next week I discuss with him. Then I will let you know what is the proper assessment date. I know you are going to semester break, right? Okay, maybe it will be after semester break. Okay, all assessment is related with your research topic. Okay, so not very difficult. Just it reflects what you learn. Like I will, for example, I will ask you that what is the statistic value you want to report based on your dependent variable. Then you have to tell me whether it's percentage of frequency or anything. What is the appropriate statistical test you have to use, etc. Okay, so because this course, we are preparing you to do the proper research. So that's why I changed my assessment to this kind of mode. It suits to our objective. Okay, so it's no longer like sitting here and then you see the assessment form. I don't think that is needed for you all anymore for this research. Okay, so I will talk with your class rep after that. Okay, thank you very much for today. I forget to say anything that thank you to all the lecturers who conduct this course. Prof. Manena, Dr. Aisha, you didn't meet Prof. Samir. Okay, Prof. Samir just retired, and Dr. Zaid. Okay, thank you for them to conduct the class. And here I represent all of us to say sorry if let's say we have anything cancel the class or anything, any mistakes. Thank you, and I will see you all in assessment time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.